Guys, it's
What's happening? Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
we finally get a Code Geass game that's going to be translated to English. As you guys know, Lost Colors wasn't, that DS game wasn't. This is the first localized version of any Code Geass game. And after, of course, months of speculation when we're going to get the global release, it's officially been announced. So let's go to the Code Geass Lost Story Twitter page for the global release. I know it's quite a mouthful. And so this is the one for that. Now, obviously, there's one also for, I believe, the Korean and the Chinese version, but we got our own finally. If you scroll through this, it tells you here is the trailer for the game. It's the same as, of course, the, let me minimize that. It's the same as the R game. There's not much difference in terms of the trailer, but you guys have seen this already plenty of times. But here you go. You can now pre-register on Google Play and Apple Store. And that's the crazy part. Now, people are, of course, wondering when the actual date's going to be. And according to people on my Discord server, the date on the Apple says September 13th. Doesn't say anything, by the way, on the Android version. Now, it's also interesting, if you go to these links, well, not so much the links themselves, but it only has them for the Android and iOS. It doesn't have anything for DMM Games itself, which I've been using so far to play the game on my PC. And so I'm wondering why they're not doing that. My initial thoughts is perhaps they just aren't going to support it. On some level, it doesn't really matter because you can use BlueStacks for this, and so you don't really need the PC version on DMM Games. But still, I was kind of wondering why that was the case. Now, the thing is, if it is going to be around September 2023, sorry, 2013 is long past. I meant 2023. If that's the case, we're going to miss the summer event. But at least we will get the Halloween one, which has the most broken loosh in the game so far, or at least one of the most broken loosh. It's very debatable. The one you see here is 0. I think this is technically the best one, although Halloween loosh is pretty good. So maybe they'll have like an event to maybe have the Butler event, which we're already missing, and the summer event when the game's released. Maybe there's some kind of combination there, because otherwise we'll have to wait for a reprint banner of a banner we never got, which would be really weird. So I hope they find some way to just give us all those characters in some really cool event. Because let's face it, I really want the Summer Cecile and of course Summer C2. So there's that. Now, when you actually go to the different pages, either iOS or Android, they show you promotional images. And I wanted to go through these real quick just to show you guys how this looks. So this is pretty cool, pretty standard stuff, what we saw before. But here's the cool part. They have English describing what this is. It's an alternate game. You know, it's like your Code Geass experience. I don't know why I did that. See, official game for Loose Rebellion. And then this is cool. See, here's the subtitles for the game. I'm very excited about this because I've always had to play these games like this one and RE Code. I know what the hell is going on. They're finally translating it. I'm really pleased about that. It's kind of depressing though. It has to be a gotcha game that gives us this experience, but that's just the climate how it is nowadays with the gaming industry. So I'm not gonna complain about it too much here. But yeah, you see the subtitles for what Lucia's saying, and of course the brand new animations for this game. And this one doesn't show too much translation, just a description of how the gameplay works. And is that it? I thought there was one more. Yeah, this right here. So this image here, let me make sure that's the right one. I believe that's it. Yeah. This image here confirms what I said in my preview of the global release video, which is that the game is going to have, it's going to be the same state as it was when it first released in Japan. So notice how there's missing certain buttons and icons, and even some things here are not fully unlocked. So again, this game will be very behind the original. I mean, very behind its current state, which is fine. I mean, we'll have to wait a little bit to get stuff. If it took a year or plus to get to its current state as it is now, yeah, I expect to wait a long time for things. Again, it's really cool to see Colin's text here with subtitles and just everything translated. It's such a nice, it's beautiful. I'm really pleased about this. I can't wait to go through the chapters, and I'll get to a second what the content will look like in the future because of the global release that's going to happen again in September. This is the last page here, and so you see the main story, daily, extra stories, everything is translated, and it's just it's really fantastic. And so I'm just really excited that they're translating stuff because I can finally go through the story of Lost Stories and know what's going on. Now, I want to bring up a couple of things you might be wondering with the global release happening very shortly. First of all, what's going to happen to the current guild that I'm running for the Japanese version, and of course my own account. As I said when the global release was first announced, I am not going to delete my guild. If you want to stay in that guild, you're welcome to do so. I'm not going anywhere because I put a lot of effort into that Japanese account. I'm sure a lot of you did as well who are playing it. So the guild will still be available. I'm not shutting it down. I will have another guild for the global release, of course, because obviously people are going to jump into the game for the first time and they want to join a guild. And part of a guild is really one of the most crucial parts of this game, and really all gotching. And I feel like you kind of have to do that sort of thing. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. Well, actually, one and two things. Next thing I'm going to be doing is, because I guess, as you guys know on this channel, I do character reviews, and because the global release is going to be behind the current version of the game, I'll be discussing certain characters that are or released in the Japanese version. So I'll try to make sure that when I release a video for a guide, tutorial, whatever, it's going to list if this is for the global release or if this is for the Japanese version. You know how kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's like the TCG and the OCG. So really this game's going to be treated the same way. I'll have like, this is for the Japanese version and then the global release version. Hopefully it'll be clear enough to people to know if this is a video I should watch or not watch, or maybe I should watch it anyways if it's the Japanese version, just to give me a preview of what's to come when it comes to me. Although again, Lost Stories Japanese version is way ahead, so you know by the time we get it in the global version, it's gonna be a very long time from that. But that's something I want to mention as well. And finally, I'm going to do chapter reviews every single time we get a new one in the global release, because now it's translated. I know what happened, obviously, and we can discuss in a full-length video. It is kind of sad, though. That's the only new content I can discuss in this sort of way, but it's been quite exciting. I'll do like I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or not. Probably not, but we'll see. But a simple, like, discuss everything that happened in the chapter, give my thoughts on it. And so as they release in the chapters of Lost Stories, I believe it's every once a month, we'll go through it together, which is really exciting because it's actually brand new content. Well, I mean, it's retelling the original story, but like a new character and certain setups. And when you get to the Lost Zero arc, and even some before that, you know, Lancelot and Gurren characters are in there, and there's obviously setups for future events, because in this version of the story, Oz of Reflection, Akito the Exile, Lancelot, and Gurren are all things that the creators know about, because when the anime was first made, those things came after. But now we already have the advantage of that information being available now, or the stories being available now. So it's all included in one big package. So I'm really excited to go through not just R1, obviously, in this game, but then, of course, the Lost Zero arc, and then R2, which, by the way, was announced. They're done with the Lost Zero arc. They're moving on to R2, which is going to happen the next, I think, next month, which is, you know, kind of disappointing, but that's another video for another time. Anyhow, guys, that's what I wanted to say in this quick video. Hopefully it's quick. That Lost Stories is having its global release, which you guys know. But now you can pre-register for it. Expect it to come out sometime in September. And there'll be plenty of videos I'll be releasing on tutorials for beginners and how to get you guys ready for this game, all that stuff. Been playing now for over a year. I know some things, and of course, I don't know everything. So if you guys want more help with the game, let's say you're on the Japanese version, join my Discord server. Got plenty of people out there who have gone through the same headaches you have to help you get ahead and not make the same mistakes. And one more thing, if you want a preview of what the game is going to look like when you download it, I made a video a couple weeks ago about the Lost Stories global version for the Korean and the Chinese version. And just from looking at the menus in this game, it's exactly the same. So go check that video right now if you want to see what you're going to get on September 9th. Thank you guys so much for watching.